To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And we're off and running at Paycor Stadium. 2-2 Atwell, now to return it. And look at this return. And that'll put them up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Jaguar first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10, looking to throw. That's Thomas, he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll try and throw it here. Throwing deep towards the end zone. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it after his second interception of the season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
They've got first down from the 31. Allen comes down throwing. Escapes the pocket. Catch is made down the right sideline. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that kick? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. The gun, they'll give it to him in. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Offense up to the line fast. Williams coming in motion right. Allen on 3rd and short. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. One after up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Defense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bengals are going to take over after the interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Amani Hooker with the tackle. Back-to-back carries here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line knowing a run was coming. And, boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Well, I think the defense coaches and coverage, breathing a sigh of relief. There was space right there. If that throw came 1 second earlier, that was going to be 6.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will add to their score.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds him on the crossing route. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
To throw it on 1st down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Second and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
To the air, 3rd and long. Caught, nice gain left side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. pressure drives them backwards.
You know, I call that big punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board. Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 32 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals. New set of downs for him at the 38. Allen now on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
The give here on 2nd. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. And he'll go down here at the 16. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. We're all set to bring you the 2nd quarter. The Bengals well within striking distance. From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the gun, Charbonnet gets it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. That's complete to Wilson. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. Oh, he lost it on the hit. And the fumble recovery is made. And he's going to return this to the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Not exactly the big play that these reworked kickoffs were designed to promote, Brock, but hey, excitement's excitement, right? And it is hard to beat the old scoop and score.
Don't tell that kicking team that wasn't a big play. This is what they work on all week long, Kate. Yep. This is how they become special as a special teams unit to punch it out and take it back to the house.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Atwell now to return. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Passing downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Connects on the crosser. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. All set up now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Able to get it to Benson. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Still sticking with the passing game. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. The incompletion is still pretty good, too.
Throw on 3rd down. Puts a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Offense in the hurry up here. Motioning him from the slot right. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kate, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day. As a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning track. 300 feet in the air, he hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here in football, yeah, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
Throwing here on 2nd and a handful. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
These scouts in the NFL, man, they scour the country, right? Coast to coast. You know what they're looking for with defensive players? They are looking for game wreckers. And that is exactly what this defender has done. He has wrecked this offense with back-to-back sacks.
And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Bengals are set up quite well for their next possession. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Charbonnet now up the middle. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 28. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. And it's the Bengals with 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Taken in by Williams outright. And he almost gets to the 5. He's out at the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll try and punch it in. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Bengals boat racing them to the halftime locker room. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals grow their lead yet again. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Atwell now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And it sets up 2nd down. Back to throw now. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Pass play on 1st and 10. He fires one deep down the middle. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
They are throwing it again. Benson's got it. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They've got 1st down from the 31. He'll throw it yet again. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Another throw coming on 2nd and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they continue to trail by, well, Brock, a whole lot more than a field goal.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Putting a receiver in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. It's taken in by Williams. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Slot man motioned over. 2nd and 4. Throwing this back in the end zone. We'll put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Throwing for the end zone. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals piling it on, going into halftime. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
McPherson at the point after. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Throw complete to Williams. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. Allen now on first down. Throwing the out route complete. That play gains 15 and it moves the sticks.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll run here on first down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Allen. Setting up the screen. They deliver a shot before he can get to the line.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals continue piling onto this lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Atwell now to return. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll throw it. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So that brings up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
2nd and 10 now. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Nice completion there from the rookie passer out of Florida State. Good for a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Fits it through the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. Throwing it again here. Caught, nice gain left side. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st down from the red zone. He's on the move. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Working quickly here. Shotgun now on third down. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. DJ Turner comes up with it.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast.
And the Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing now on first down, Allen. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars take over off their third interception of this game.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
He's trying to go deep again. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
They're going to throw it on third and long. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This play goes for 36. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Working inside the red zone. And he sails that one over the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they face second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars take 7 points off the deficit.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running it now out of the gun. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
From the 33 on second down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Jaguars have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Well, no matter the outcome today, partner, I think we can all agree it's been very exciting watching him throw the ball. He's found the end zone 4 times, but he's now given it away 3 times as well.
Yeah, if he were a golfer, his scorecard would be fascinating because a bunch of birdies, but these bogeys and double bogeys he's got to eliminate. Yeah. It's really been high risk, high reward through the air. And you never want to slow a quarterback down in that production he's found with his aggressiveness, but you've also got to find a way to turn that governor on, take a little less risk, and take care of that football.
Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's the Jags football, but here in the 4th, that lead likely too much to overcome. Second and 3 now. From the 34. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Back to throw, needing a first. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. The right call came in at the right time, give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 5. Drops back. Needs an open man. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever. Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Throwing from the gun. Escapes out to the left. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Bengals come up with a turnover and hold strong on 4th down. Well, they had one last gasp to try to make something happen here in the red zone, Brock. Just wasn't there. This defense too locked in, coming up with the interception.
Yeah, it's the work they do on those first 3 downs to get to this 4th down, like a pitcher does, to get to an 0-2 count. They know it's their advantage. And once that offense decides to go for it on 4th down, a good chance they're going to get that stop. And oh, by the way, a few style points added to the stat sheet with the INT.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Now first run of the game, Zamir White. And not much on the run, but he does get across the 25. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Complete beyond the marker. And he stopped cold at the spot. We'll keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll do what he can. That carry gets to the 35-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Alert, alert, alert! Hey, tight.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Trying for the deep ball. Brought in inside the 20. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Here's the lone back on the hip. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And they pick it up. Still got a chance at a touchdown. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and one just above.
And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Bengals running them out of the building. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. Going after, up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals continue adding on to that lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's trying to push the field. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Jaguars just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. They connect on the deep shot. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
yards. First down, Jaguars.
From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. He's got time. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And a back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That play is so impressive on so many levels. Not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score. That is so, so good. I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Fielded at the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, hold. Alert!
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
I mean, you could see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they could focus, they could adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
56. Alert! Pick him up. You're embarrassing.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. He's loaded another one up. He's got it inside the 10. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
If only every completion could get that kind of result. That's good enough to knock a defense flat on its back.
Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's first and goal.
Middle. Where's that?
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Escapes the pocket. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. Charbonnet. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Bengals continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Trying to push it deep downfield, and they pick him off again. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Bengals get it back on his 6th interception of the season. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
He sends this one to the end, and the defender comes away with it. And the Jaguars take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So the Bengals pick up the win in this one. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter of this year's campaign. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.
Came in nothing but some raps, the clothes on my back, them L dogs, nothing but them blacks.